Lunch Money Lambert, Jeff Malott. Welcome to the Kayak Bass Nation. Yeah. Welcome to the Kayak Bass Nation. Kayak Bass Nation. Hey. Welcome to the Kayak Bass Nation. Welcome to the Kayak Bass Nation. Welcome to the Kayak Bass Nation, where we talk about fishing and competition. It's your boy Ox Pippin, aka Ox Fishing. Don't come over here tripping. Hey, hope you enjoy the show. Jeff Malott, Lunch Money Lambert, Lego. Hey, welcome to the Kayak Bass Nation. Kayak Bass Nation. Welcome to the Kayak Bass Nation. Kayak Bass Nation. Hey, welcome to the Kayak Bass Nation. Welcome to the Kayak Bass Nation. Welcome to the Kayak Bass Nation.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to KBN Live.
What's happening?
What's up, Ryan? You live on location down in Miami.
Oh yeah. If I get shot, y'all, it's not so down for sure.
Are you outside of Marshall's?
Yeah. We had to run in here before dinner.
Oh, nice. Yeah, good times. All right, well, man, we wanted to try something different tonight. A viewer call-in show, very dangerous. It could end up being the best show or the worst show ever, or something in between. I don't know.
You want my bet?
Yeah,
it's gonna be rough.
It's gonna be rough. Okay. I mean, we could get a bunch of call-ins. I hope you guys that are watching call in. Could be fun. If you don't, me and Ryan will sit here and talk to each other for a while. That'll be fun too.
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah, a few things happened this week we can kick off talking about and see if we can get anybody to jump in here with us. Of course, the link is in the description, so all you have to do is click on that link. We'll see you come into the meeting, and I'll add you in. You can ask your question or make a statement or take a stand, whatever it is the heck you want to do with your platform. And maybe Ryan will pull somebody out of the crowd as they walk through the door back there. I don't know.
I mean, I might. I don't know.
Yeah. This first thing I wanted to talk about, man, is not directly kayak related, but it sort of is, because there's always tournaments there. There's a lot of tournaments there, and that is what happened on Lake Fork in the Elite Series over the weekend. I mean, I don't even know what to say about that. I mean, look at this guy's limit for the last day. I mean, not the first day, the last day.
He put it down. Do you think he was saving that for the last day? That's kind of what I was wondering. Was all that strategy? Did he beat up his other spots leading up to Championship Sunday, and then all right, I'm going to go in here and swing for the fences?
I don't know, man. I watched a couple days of it, and he was in that area other days. I mean, that area is just straight up community hole where he was fishing. I
mean, that's an area that cashed a couple kayak checks, correct, in these bigger events.
Oh, yeah. I mean, at least, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong for anyone that's watching, it's like 3 of the 5 or 2 of the 5 TOCs before Hobie took it over came out at Little Caney. I could be wrong on that, but I know a lot of them did, and a lot of the high finishers were in there too. So, and where he was fishing, it's like right across from the ramp. Yeah, it's like right across from the ramp.
It's that point. I mean, we had somebody on that was talking about that point right there in front of the ramp. Who was it? They had a school of fish on it, and they caught a couple off. Was it Nate?
Who? Nate?
Yeah.
Nate fished in that area for sure. He was up in Little Caney and near that point. I think that Lee was fishing an island or a long point coming out there. I couldn't tell, but it was real close to the ramp.
Yeah, it looked like a point. I don't know, but that's what I thought.
Yeah, and 9-pounder on topwater to start the day. It was an unreal
first
tournament to watch. Yeah, first fish. So anybody that watched that, you guys had to enjoy that. I thought it was cool just because kayak fishing has such a history there, and there's been a lot of tournaments won up there. So.
What I'm excited about over the weekend is our boy, DJ Williams, cashing the check. What, he finished second? Is that correct?
Yeah, here, I got it right here, man. I knew you were going to say something about that.
Yeah, boy.
DJ.
Good job, DJ.
Yeah, and then a guy from our local club, Jason Coleman, slid in there with the win, 92 inches. And shout out to Moyak because they set a record for attendance. 111 anglers fished that event.
111? That's pretty solid there.
Yeah, that's huge for anywhere, much less, a local event. And they paid out dang near $2K to the winner, even though they only had, I think their entry fee is $40-$45, so it's a reasonable entry fee.
I think I'm getting kicked out of this little spot I'm sitting in, but I'm not sure.
So you can walk and talk. It'll be all right.
I'm going to roll the dice in there.
Yeah. What do we got going back there? Who you got with you there, cameraman?
No, that was the guy that's closing and kicking me out of this little spot.
Well, see, we can do a little walk and talk in Miami, so that'd be fun.
Roaming the streets, man.
Yeah. Walk up to somebody and ask if they know who Conrad Benetti is.
I have, and no one does. I don't know if they don't have the internet here or what's going on, but they don't know. They don't know Conrad. I thought I saw him earlier on that little reverse tricycle thing, but he says it wasn't him. Says the hard part's not good enough. Can you believe he's coming to Tennessee?
I'll say we got reverse roles. You're down in South Florida, and he's coming to Tennessee.
I'm gonna go catch some peacocks tomorrow. I think that's our plan. Me and Rob Will Valderay gonna slide out and get on some peacock bass, hopefully.
Yeah, he's known for his. Never mind, I'm not gonna say it.
He's not. What are you gonna say?
So he's known for slaying the cocks down there in South Florida.
Oh
peacocks.
My goodness!
The peacocks.
Had no idea.
The peacocks. That is.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wish he was joining me for dinner tonight.
What else happened over the weekend? Oh, your boy Jackson. He won an event up in Indiana. Protege.
He did. Yeah. I edited his picture for him. That's my job in Jackson's life. Is book his houses and edit his pictures.
Okay, you're the hype man. I like that.
I'm the hype man. Yeah.
Hype man / coach / mentor. That's good stuff.
Yeah, I don't think I'm a mentor, but I hope not. I hope not for young Jackson.
Yeah. Then Russ, he took a win at KBF Tennessee.
Russ hammered down, man. Like Steve-O posted something on Saturday night, like kind of pumping up Adam Reiser, and I looked at and Russ had like a 13-inch lead or something. I was like, golly, I love Adam. I hope Adam makes a comeback, but that's he's going to overlook that 13-inch lead hanging there over his head, man. That's pretty stout.
Yeah. Well, I know we wanted to try this viewer call-in deal just because there was no big national event this weekend to bring a winner on. I've been kind of bugging you to try this anyways, so I'm hoping we can get somebody off the couch and click in there and call in. If they get in the comments and find that link and join us, and we'll have a good time with that. But regardless, we're going to have Ryan roaming the streets of Miami.
There's no telling when we'll get it. We're going to head back towards South Beach in a minute, so that should be interesting.
Yeah. We brought up Conrad a little bit ago. I saw that the KBBT guys announced that they're going for their championship to Reelfoot Lake. That was a shocker, to say the least.
And you've been to Reelfoot, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, I went one time.
Would you go back again?
No.
Why? Tell us about Reelfoot. Tell us what's so tough about it.
Well, I mean, we went in the summertime for a trail event a couple years ago. Wasn't a huge attendance for that event, but it was just a hot, swampy, shallow place with not a lot of fish in it. In the middle of nowhere, literally. I mean, there was nothing around there.
It was in June, right? I pulled the stats on that. That was 2017 in June, which is roughly like, I don't know, 2.5, 3 weeks later than this tournament's going to be.
Yeah.
You think it's going to set up different? What's your opinion?
I don't know. I mean, nobody caught him that day that we were there. I got lucky, to be honest, and got one of those canals that they cut in there and stumbled on a little shad spawn on a root ball and just stayed right there and caught him up. But overall, I mean, there were not very many fish to be caught. So I don't know. I don't know how it's fishing. It's been years.
Could come into play, though. A shad spawn. If somebody does stumble up on a shad spawn, it's that's getting close to that time of year.
Katie just tried to share the link. Look at that. Yeah, all you have to do is go to the description above the actual live stream on YouTube or Facebook, and you can click that and jump in here. You do not have to click that absurd. I don't even know if that absurdly long link will work. But if anyone's having trouble getting in, send me a DM and I can send you the link directly to it. Because
do you want to run our commercial and see if somebody will jump in while we get a word from our sponsors?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's see here.
Hey, that's what I'm here for.
All right. Be right back, y'all. Let's get a caller. KBN Live is brought to you by Western Sun Vodka. Western Sun Vodka is a 10 times distilled, award-winning, gluten-free vodka. They are independently owned and crafted in Pilot Point, Texas. All right. We'll throw it in the chat and see if that works. There we go. I threw the link in the chat. We'll see if that works for everybody.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe somebody's waiting for someone to break the ice. We got about 50 folks on the stream watching. I think they're just watching to see if something happens to Ryan while he walks around the street down there. But
I don't know, man.
Yeah. So what's your next event, man? We both just got our teeth kicked in at Dardanelle outside of you getting the big bass. What's next for you?
Oh, we're going to talk about that again. I'm going to do Hartwell, I think. So I thought I was going to have to miss it, but Cam's decided she wants to go to Hilton Head that weekend instead of her own graduation. So I'm going to Hartwell. We talked to the Z-Man folks. I think me, Christine, and Jody Queen are going to be doing a little project for Z-Man. They're going to help us while we're in town. So should be a good time. Hopefully I catch some fish.
Good stuff. I'm looking at for the next national event for Rayburn, so that'd be my next one.
I'll be at that one.
All right. Well, we'll see you down there. I think we're kicking around the idea of getting a house down there. Cruz is trying to put something together. So,
well, let me know. We're going to do something. I think we got a bunch of guys that are coming from Tennessee. We're going to do Rayburn and then do Possum Kingdom as well.
Oh yeah. Looks like I'm not going to be at Possum Kingdom.
Why?
Just work, trying to take off that whole next week after taking off half a week for Rayburn. So
how is the bass the Eufaula bass deadline again coming up?
Yeah, and it looks like the extension worked. They pushed it out to I think May 1st, and they got up into the 90s. They may be over 100 now. I don't know. We all know how kayak tournaments work. You don't get guys, and honestly, I don't know where I'm going to be. The 2 weeks leading up to a tournament. I mean, that's we're not pro bass anglers. Like we're not on sponsorship dollars booking hotels or living out of a caravan. Like we can't necessarily plan where we're going to be a month in advance. So I think maybe if they just shift all those back, to a reasonable, like 1 week out or 5 days out or whatever, I think that'd probably save some trouble in the long run instead of like setting a date and then like, oh, we didn't get the numbers that we wanted. I mean, that's your deadline. So are you going to roll with that? Or are you going to, go back to the drawing board and extend it again? So hopefully they'll just make an adjustment overall to straighten that out. That's that old cool line in the sand. Draw the line in the sand and move it.
Right. I mean, we've seen this before. Like, we know kind of what mistakes not to make. So I don't want to see bass like go down that road of not keeping your timelines that you set out.
Yeah. I know that we've got a lot of, at least on the keyboard, they love throwing an opinion. We got a lot of opinions, a lot of people that have good questions, so we want to hear from them. Somebody click in here and give us something. It's going to be good. I did see something there earlier today that I guess it helps the All-American Kayak Series. I saw they announced that the top 50% of finishers in their next event get invites to the KBF National Championship in, I think, 2022. So they made the easiest to qualify for a championship even easier to get into. So it's another reason to fish the All-American Series. You won't be disappointed with that event anyway. So if you're trying to get in some KBF stuff, there you go. You got the top half.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know where that came from because I don't think they're affiliated, but I think maybe just a way to.
Well, didn't they do? They did some kind of partnership thing last year, right? So some part of the tournament qualified, or some kind of tie in there last year.
It was their championship. The winner went to the 10.
That was it. Yep, that was it.
Yeah,
You're right.
Jeremy.
And he almost
Jeremy
won
Mitchell.
it. Like,
Yeah.
Wasn't Jeremy leading it like day one or something?
Yeah, Jeremy's a hammer. He almost won it.
That would have been a Cinderella story. A guy that fished no KBF events goes in and wins the 10. I was kind of hoping that would play out in itself.
Well, I was going to say, it'd be like somebody fishing the shootout and winning the whole BOS, but not quite, because at least you have to fish a BOS event to fish the shootout.
True.
So I don't know. But yeah, it's been sort of a quiet week on the page. I know we've had some rumblings here and there. There've been some funny posts. I thought I had the post of the week pulled up, but maybe I don't. You know who's the number one most popular post of the week was from? Or the last 2 weeks, actually? It was from Taylor Powell.
Excuse me.
Oh, man.
See, I was hoping Taylor would call in tonight. If she doesn't, I think we need to do like a KBN Wives Club and have a couple of them on. Maybe have Ashley on.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to be scolded on live Facebook, but I'll take it for the team if it'd be good entertainment.
I want you.
Yeah.
I think that would be excellent.
I thought she might slide in here and call tonight, but I don't know.
Uh-oh. Wait, is she in the next room?
Taylor's watching. Hit that link, Taylor. Oh, we got it. Hey, Ryan. Beep, 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 beep. Breaking news. We got a caller.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what he's going to say because he's from the wrong part of the country, but we're going to let him in here anyway. All right,
gosh.
Hang on just a second. I need to come up with some sort of prize for this fellow. All right. Garrett
Hey,
Clark.
all right.
What's up, man? Thanks for
What's going on, guys?
in.
Hey, someone had to get it going.
What do you got for us tonight?
Hey, I'm just trying to figure out when I need to come pick up Ryan from the airport next month for Clear Lake.
I'm as far away from California as I can get right now. So I'm closer to South America than California right now, and I mean that literally.
Yeah, hey, we got a good event coming up next month for California Bass Nation.
What's your numbers looking like on that?
We have 94 signed up and ready to go right now, and we got over 110 that have memberships for it. So we're gonna crack that 100 angler mark for sure, probably in the next week or so, and we're gonna have a 10K payout for first place.
Did Tim Arthur really sell his kayaks and go bass boat?
Well, Tim's kind of taken over the tournament director scene out here. He has now suddenly become tournament director for 3 circuits out here. So.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's tournament director for California Bass Nation Kayak from the Depths, which is our local club, and he just took over Wild West Bass Trail for the kayaks.
Wow. So
Whoa.
James Snyder really got him motivated, huh?
Yeah, he got him fired up. So he doesn't have a whole lot of time to be in the yak anymore. So for
is that true though? Did he sell his kayaks? Yes or no?
I think it's still. I think it's still on the market. I don't know. He's got a lot of stuff on there.
But he did put them up for sale. He talked all this trash about me coming to California to fish, and then he sells his kayaks.
Yeah, he's still. You know what? I think he's still got it available. It's got a motor on it, so. If you need it,
so as long
it's
as
available.
I fly out before his kayak sells, I'm in good shape.
Yeah, and you know what? We can make something happen if he gets a buyer before then.
All right, fair enough. Yeah.
And what's the new group that y'all started out there? What's that called?
Well, it's California. I mean, we got the big one is California Bass Nation. So we got one event this year, and then we're gonna have a trail series for next year.
Okay, I thought there was a new local Facebook group or something that started up. I forget the name. It was kind of a cool name.
No, that's just our local club. It's From the Depths.
Yeah, From the Depths. That's right.
Yeah. So we mostly just focus on one lake out here in the Sacramento area, but we're gonna branch out and hit some other lakes. And it's a lake that typically doesn't get a lot of attention from most of the tournaments out here, but a lot of guys live around here, and we like to struggle on this lake. So it's a tough one, but we all enjoy it.
Yeah, awesome. Good stuff, man. I'm glad to see the Bass Nation stuff taking off out in California. I know we give a lot of hell to people out there about BOS support and different things, but I know that you have a lot of anglers out there, so there's a lot of people to serve with your events. So I'm glad it's taking off.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. It's a combined event with Wild West for that day too. So it's going to be big money for whoever's in on both of them.
Yeah. Good stuff. Awesome.
Hey, and
Thanks.
maybe if you find cornbread down there, you can bring them with.
I'm shocked that Cornbread is going to get out and come to Tennessee. I'm celebrating that on the inside. I can't wait to see how that pans out. But I would love to do a cross-country adventure with Cornbread. That'd be awesome.
Like a sidecar situation?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, like
I
I
don't
put
know
him in
if
my
it's
pocket and just take him around with me.
I don't know if it's a sidecar or if someone's riding on the back, but that'd be a good one.
Whoa, not it.
Whoa, easy. Yeah. You know what's funny, Ryan, is Reelfoot it won't set up like Florida, but it is swampy like that. So he might have an outside shot of doing pretty good there. I don't know. So we'll see.
I found Cam.
Hey, all right.
So there's a cameo for the night.
Why is she wearing a mask outside, Ryan?
She just came out of March.
Okay.
She actually wore her mask for about 4 blocks now. I guess she's really concerned with the Miami air quality. I don't know.
I'm just messing with it. All right. Well, Garrett, man, thanks for clicking in and calling.
Yeah,
us,
I'll
man.
get on out of the way and let someone else get on.
No, you're the man. Hey, DM me. I'm gonna send you some decals. KBN decals.
Hey,
Gotcha.
all
I'm
right.
proud.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, we got somebody else in the queue, Ryan.
Oh, here we go.
Boom. One and only KBN public relations / IT manager / everything else. Katie Baca. What's up, Katie?
To work.
What's up, gentlemen?
What you got for us tonight, Miss
Can I
Katie?
go get some sushi?
There you go. Get some sushi. Make sure it's from a good place, though. Don't want to die.
It's supposed to be a really nice place. We had to make reservations. That's how fancy it is.
Oh,
Well, that's super fancy. That's too fancy for KBN. That's some bougie shit.
Yeah. I'm out of place.
Hey.
down
All
here.
right. So it looks like y'all are looking for something controversial or spicy to spice things up.
just whatever anybody wants to bring up.
No.
So what's the deal with how come no one's ever made a blacklist when it comes to cheaters that's out in public? Why isn't there a list out there with some names and stuff? Because everybody kind of passively aggressively refers to these people. Why don't we just call a spade a spade? I'm just saying.
I would think there's some sort of legal liability.
Why? If it's true events.
I mean, I don't know. We've talked about this before. If there was even a blacklist that like tournament directors or something could access, just to be aware of who has been busted cheating, because you got guys that are banned from fishing in certain states that are now running tournament trails and stuff. Like it's
That's
crazy.
what I'm saying, because
Yeah.
it comes down to a being informed thing. Where is that fair to new anglers who have no idea who they're getting into? They think they're getting into it with a good director or even just somebody fishing against them. I'm not trying to put my money up against a cheater.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think like Ryan said, there's who's going to be the list holder and want to take that liability of having a whole list of these people, because I think you could safely put, I don't know, 4 or 5 that have been legally prosecuted and caught cheating on a list and faced nothing. But there's another half dozen that have been caught by a club cheating, but maybe they were never legally prosecuted, or maybe they still deny it, even though the club has banned them. And then you get into, really opening the door to some sort of slander or libel.
Maybe we should just write a book like the history of kayak fishing. Like just start from the beginning and go with it.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what I was going to say. When it comes to all that legal, whether it's slanderous or libelous, it's only that if the event you're talking about is not true. When the event and the circumstances that happened are true, you can't get taken to court for it because you're speaking true events. Especially, I would think there's a caveat too when it comes to, these are public events. This isn't like a private fishing club. Like, these are national events.
You're right.
Yeah.
There's no expectation of privacy there, I would think.
I'm going to throw up.
Do you want to put the list together and we'll run it?
There you go, Katie. Get it together.
Oh, snap.
All
right. Well, if y'all have any scandalous information on confirmed cheaters from your club, send it on into KBN and we'll put that stuff together.
I got a couple for you. Here's what Chris said, fellow Texan. He said, "Nah, that even those informed don't care." Is that true? Some people just don't care.
I mean, you got information that just seems to get ignored. Like it is proven. It has been, brought up to state tournament directors or whatever, and they're just like, well, turned over a new leaf. Like, we're good now. We're gonna pretend like that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Well, and that's exactly what shouldn't happen. It shouldn't be like, oh, well, that was last season, and they only stole a couple $1,000s. What's the big deal? I think a lot of it is there's a ton of people who think it's just hearsay, and oh no, but they're real nice, So I'm just saying.
Yeah.
A lot of these were like multiple events too. Like this isn't like, somebody fibbed a little bit on a half inch of a fish or something. Like if somebody's been cheating for 6 months or 8 months or a year, and you can go back and find in multiple tournaments, where they have been cheating and it's completely obvious. I don't know. I think as a whole, the sport should probably prosecute people more instead of just kind of slap them on the wrist and then, a year later everybody's forgotten about it and they're right back, in the mix doing the same thing.
Yeah, I agree. It's a tough deal, and like you said, some people have been accused of it and even banned from clubs, yet still operate freely in other parts of the kayak world. So how do you deal with that?
Well, and that's just it. Like you hear about people that's like you said, they start a trail. Only nobody realizes, the majority of people don't realize that, hey man, this dude got the boot or this chick got the boot for doing such and such, but now we're just going to pretend like nothing happened. That's not all right.
I agree. Let's get it together, Katie.
I'm saying we can do it.
We're gonna solve this mystery.
And on that same note, it's not really cheating, but sportsmanship. Did anyone ever find out who the canal blockers were last week?
Oh yeah, that's something I want to know.
I never heard. I thought you were going to take charge on that, Jeff, being the Arkansas guy.
Yeah, I got no power here. I'm just from here.
I really never did hear a name or anything on that.
All right. We got another caller chiming in.
Uh-oh.
Oh, snap.
Look out. You want to stick around, Katie, for it or what?
Yeah, I'll hang out with you.
All right. This one's going to be special right here. I've been wanting this one to call in.
Oh, goodness.
All right.
Hey.
Taylor, Howell, welcome
There
to the
she is.
team.
Hi, I'm glad you're staying, Katie. I wasn't scared.
You're scared. What are you scared for?
You just got to do it.
I don't know. I've been on these in the comments on here, and it can get ruthless. So I'm just
No, we're glad you called in. You're everybody's favorite podcast commenter. You're in there defending BDH.
I have to.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
what's going on?
I've got a question for you, Taylor.
Sure.
How did Brian pick up Taylor? How did this happen?
Man, it was 8 years ago. Brian sent me a message and he said that I was stunning, and it kind of just went from there. He's been
He's smooth too.
Oh, 100%. When he wants to be, not anymore, but yeah, back in the day he was.
He brings those checks home. That's good.
Yeah, he's like, this is good, right? Like, you like this? This is fine. I can fish. And I'm like, yeah, go for it, Ghost. You're going to keep doing that. Bring them home.
That's
awesome.
Good. That's good.
So what do you got for us tonight,
It's hard
Taylor?
to argue when he's cashing them all the time now.
Yeah, I mean, he's been cashing them, our whole relationship. Even when we were in California, he was still cashing checks, in the flow tube tournaments and stuff. They weren't as big as they are now, but he was winning, so I'm not trying to get used to him fishing all the time. That's pretty normal, but then he dragged me from California to Texas to fish, and it's just really intense now, but I like it for the most part.
Heck yeah. So what's the status on your group? Or did you have something else for us?
I was gonna make it, right? And Brian was like, don't do that, don't. I was like, is this a good name? Showing him, and he's like, oh, this is real? You're actually gonna do it? And I was like, well, there's interest. And he was like, no, not good idea.
He's like, don't you dare get sucked into this cesspool. I can only handle so much.
I think he wouldn't mind it. I think that he doesn't want me to start fights with the other anglers. He doesn't want me to get wrapped up with that. He has an image to protect, and I'm a little bit more outspoken than Brian is.
Okay.
A little bit.
Hey, right on.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it'd be a good idea. All the wives and girlfriends who have to stay home and just follow the leaderboard, and then your husband or significant other keeps leaving every week. This is Brian's second week leaving back to back, so it's like, why not make a page for us to do stuff? Yeah, I want to go somewhere too. Like, we could go, even if it's not far, go somewhere, and all of us can just drink Western Sun and watch the leaderboard together and cheer Katie on, cheer Brian on, and get drunk while we're doing it.
There we
Dude,
go.
why don't you just follow him why don't you all just go with your significant others, and then you could have the party there, and then we could all get drunk together.
I would love to do that. So Brian's never like, I don't want to get in Brian's way. Like, he's there to work. Like, he's there for a purpose, and like, we have 2 Hobies. Like, I could go, but I want to make sure that Brian's kind of focused on what he's there to do. At the end of the day, like, he's really competitive and he wants to win. So I feel like if I go, I'll kind of be like taking away from what he's doing. But now I see you guys going out to dinner. Brian complained about not getting any caramel shake, and I'm like, I could have gone to that one. So yeah, as long as Guillermo's cooking, I'm going. That's my biggest competition is Guillermo.
He's the camp chef.
Yeah, Brian doesn't want my cooking anymore. He just wants dust jalapeno poppers, and that's it.
Oh my goodness.
Bless it. Yeah, for those that didn't know,
we'll have to start a recipe exchange.
100%.
Yeah, he's throwing it together. For those that didn't know what we were talking about, I threw Taylor's post up about her starting a group, the Wives, Girlfriends, Boyfriend Club. That'd be fun.
There you go.
That's
the all-inclusive thing, because there aren't a lot of us, but there's a couple, and there's a couple that, well, I'm trying to think. Are there other female anglers that their significant other doesn't fish? It seems like usually just a single dude.
The Hibbs girls, Carolyn and Krista Hibbs from Arkansas, the mother-daughter duo. The husband does not.
Yeah, there you go.
They don't fish, but they do.
See, sometimes it's the other way around.
Yeah.
I've been waiting 8 years for Brian to teach me how to like hold a fish, and it hasn't happened yet. It's the only thing that's stopping me from kayak fishing.
Girl,
big stick, step it up,
dude,
man. Come on,
dude. We're gonna go out fishing then. Now you gotta come fishing.
You see, it's different like shore fishing or on a boat, but in a kayak, like, I've already worried about just me being stable. And I saw someone else post like, tell me about your kayak flipping experiences, and I'm like, yeah, that's what I don't need. So it's too much.
Chris Morales had a great idea for you. You could be his canal blocker.
Yeah, 100%. Just excuse me. You know, but the thing is, people don't like that. Like, I don't want to be confrontational. I don't want people to yell at me, you know. But yeah, I that seems. Yeah, I'm not totally sure about that one.
Brian's so well liked. Everybody's got his back anyway. I think we fished near him day 2 of the Dardanelle event, and Garrett actually went and ran off a couple bass boats that were crowding him too much.
Yeah, he told me. I don't know if he called me or he texted me, but he told me. He was like, "Yeah, it was so cool. Like, I was fishing a spot, and I just let him know, like, hey, I'm doing pretty well." And he was like, "Oh man, okay, like, don't worry about it. We'll let you go in." And then I guess there was like 2 bass boats that came in, and like you guys went and talked to him. That's really cool. So yeah, it's all about etiquette, you know. Like,
well, we let him have the spot because he was embarrassing us by catching large fish while we sat there catching nothing. But Garrett went over there and ran those guys off, you know, because he don't mind. He's from there, and that's his. You know, he knew. He told him to get out of there. That Brian was in contention, and they were cool about it. They backed off. So
yeah, usually the people are cool. I guess it depends. Like, when I think of anglers, I think of people who understand the sport. So it's like a lot of good sportsmanship, but then there's always those people who will be jerks, of course, and not kind of do what's right.
Yeah. Well, Taylor, I'm so glad you called tonight.
Thanks.
I'm glad you're part of
finally got to put a face to it.
Yeah, I'm glad you're part of our group and mix it up with us. It's good stuff.
Yeah. I'm going to keep all the wives and girlfriends and boyfriends happy, I promise. I'll figure that out.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Good job.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you. Hey, when we come to Texas, I'm going to hit you up. We're going to go to dinner. Wow, I missed him. Missed her before she got out of here. That was awesome. I'm glad she chimed in, man. We've been wanting her in here for a while. Wanting to hear from Taylor.
Yeah, sweet. Change it up a little.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be
else?
interesting to get more wives and husbands that don't fish, get them calling in? All snap.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. That'd be a good one. We had a question.
I can't believe.
Get back up to it. There it is.
I was going to say, I can't believe Clifton hasn't called in yet. Come on.
He's probably his third.
I think he's blocked on both
account.
accounts, isn't he?
He can get in from the Facebook
Seriously?
link, or the YouTube
He
link.
messaged, didn't he
YouTube
message you earlier, Jeff, and say that he's both his accounts are blocked or something?
Yeah, both the YouTube though. He can come in that way, back door. This was earlier. I missed it earlier. Matt Boyd asked about fishing electronics ever affecting kayak bass tournaments like they do regular bass boat tournaments. I don't know.
I mean, we saw that that kid from Carson Newman, Ewing, came in with that live scope and at Seminole and Watts Bar. That's how he got on his fish. So I mean, I think you could. Again, it's situational, I think, but I mean, you could definitely attribute his success to that alone. And I mean, he'll tell you that if he couldn't see those fish, then he wouldn't have been in contention for a check on either one of those.
Yeah, I've seen some people use it, but it was good to see like this weekend, for example. I don't think that Livesey was using that stuff. He was just catching them. In the last few Elite Series events, they're not using it. It's just going to be when the situation is right and you're on suspended fish or fishing treetops or whatever the case is, it's going to be unstoppable, but it's not always going to be the deal.
I hope it takes some pressure off the shallow fish too. I mean, on the Dardanelle, I don't think that you would have any excuse to run around with live scope all day. Most of those seem to be in the dirt anyway.
Yeah.
Well, what's funny is how many guys are on the water with electronics now that they don't even know how to use them as they are, let alone something even more technical.
Yeah.
Live scope. In the truck most of the time.
Yeah. Ryan, defending TOC champ, never puts it on his boat hardly, so no need. And just like looks like Cliff just sent me a DM. He's tied up. He ain't gonna be able to slide in here tonight.
Oh,
so
man.
No heat. We've been waiting on the heat for like a week and a half.
Where's John been, by the way? Speaking of the Allen brothers, I haven't heard from John at all.
I don't know. I haven't seen John on the page either. So I don't know if he's
maybe he got suspended.
Maybe he's suspended, didn't create an alter ego. I don't know.
He usually FaceTimes me like at midnight on Friday and Saturday nights. So that hadn't even happened in the last couple of weeks. I don't know what's going on with him. Maybe we had a falling out and I didn't know.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? Dylan Ashton, Hummingbird or the Rants? It's Hummingbird, first of all.
And, it's always Hummingbird.
Hummingbird for sure.
Y'all know the story behind how Hummingbird is named Hummingbird?
No, you want to tell us real quick?
Yeah, I'll get into some boring bass fishing history. It's pretty funny. So the guy that behind the brand was going to the trademark office to get the name locked up, and owner of the company said, "There's no way you're going to be able to do that. That name is a commonly used word, Hummingbird. There's no way you can secure that name, but good luck, whatever." So he comes back and throws the papers on his desk, says, "I told you I'd do it. I'd get that thing locked in." And he looks at the paper, and the guy spelled it wrong. He spelled it Hummingbird. and the rest is history. Now it's Hummingbird.
Got it.
Yeah. So that was a total accident by a country boy that couldn't spell.
I like it. Yeah. Don't try that with Red Bull. They don't care if what you spell. They'll get you anyway. So.
What happened on that, man? That was a dope shirt that Chase come out with, the Bull Red. They got him for that?
It was out for 2 or 3 weeks, and then we got a friendly little letter from Red Bull Legal that said, "Hey, if you could not sell those on the internet anymore, it'd be great." So now I have 200 and some odd Bull Red shirts. If you might want one, feel free to give me a whistle.
Black market Bull Red shirts.
How did they even pull that off? Do they own it? Do they own Bull Red?
No, they don't. I don't know their likeness. I guess I'm not sure how that. We didn't fight it. I don't have enough money to fight Red Bull, so we just kind of let them go with that one. Kind
of the same reason people stop making chatterbaits when they get a cease and desist.
Yeah. So we got a local dude at home, and he's making chatterbaits that connect directly. The blade connects directly to the head, and I mean it's a matter of time before he gets busted. He's selling on his site. And I was like, oh, okay.
All right, hey guys, we got another caller. This guy looks serious. He looks serious as a heart attack on the camera here.
Oh Lord.
Bring him in. All right, Luke Aryan, straight out of Oklahoma. This man knows a little bit about live scope. I don't know if he's calling about that or not.
No, but I did. My ears were burning.
Okay. What's up, Luke? What you got for us, man?
Not too much, man. I was just gonna see what you guys think. think about next schedule, or
A
possibly
lot of
as
wild
long
stuff.
as Ryan doesn't get a drive-by done on him.
Dude,
Yeah, say that again, because
because
somebody peeled out right behind him there.
Gosh, crazy. Crazy in these
I was
streets.
saying, what do you guys think about next year's schedule for the Hobie BOS?
Like, when's it going to come out, you mean?
No, like, what do you think the lineup's going to be?
Oh, okay. I got you.
I don't know.
Possibility.
I think they'll probably stick with Seminole. That seems to be one that's a good, kind of lead off tournament, depending on weather, of course, that January time frame. I think the Susky probably got a pretty solid spot in the Hobie lineup, and you'll see a Tennessee River Lake on there too. I think those are kind of three segments. Dardanelle really seems to have a good relationship going with Hobie as well, so I wouldn't be shocked to see that back on the map for next year.
And it seems like lacrosse always gets a spot.
Lacrosse
somehow
gets a lot of love, man. They do.
Yeah, and I think the rest may rotate. They always throw an event in Texas.
Yep.
There's always another Central U.S. event. They went way up Northeast this year. Maybe they'll do that again. I guess it probably depends on turnout. I don't know if they'll.
Northeast guys, you better show up for that one if you want to see another event way up there.
And I don't know about Cali. Do they get back in the mix?
I don't know. I mean, I think a lot of it's going to depend, on how the participation goes. I think the Bass Nation stuff that Garrett was talking about, I think that's kind of going to reflect on, what the participation is for the bigger events. So I think if they show up, for the opportunities that they have, I think you would see Hobie give them another shot.
I got you. Let's see. We got Ryan Van Tyne said Susky's going to cap this year. Joey Randall talking about Santee. Cruz says whichever state pays the most. I don't know Hobie definitely needs support from the local chamber, but I don't know if they're all about just whoever's going to ante up and pay the money. They want it to be a good venue too.
Yeah, AJ's putting this together. AJ's not trying to send us to crappy lakes. And I know sometimes you can't help weather conditions and whatnot, but for the most part, AJ does a killer job of timing these events for the optimal bite, and I hope you'll see that in great fisheries at great times of the year.
He ain't going to go to Connecticut just for the money. I'm just kidding. No hate to the Connecticut people going to Connecticut.
Seriously, nobody's going to Connecticut.
Just playing Connecticut, folks. Chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, great question though. I'm curious to see it. You know what? I hope it's out very early this year, and I also hope that Bass Nation's out real early this year, so that we can all make plans.
Yep.
See.
I agree. I'd like to see another event in Oklahoma, but we got some other lakes around here that are phenomenal that don't get hit by the major, like most of the elite series, even boat tournaments, like the other lake you follow here in Oklahoma. It's
huge.
A lake that doesn't get talked about very much, but it's massive, and it has all three species. Anybody's type or style of fishing.
Yeah, it's giant.
It's
same weird core rules apply there that apply on Grand, because that's been a huge problem trying to get tournaments over there.
No. Those laws don't apply.
Okay.
Not there. It's not a GRDA lake. There's only a couple GRD lakes that actually applies to that, and that's Grand, Hudson, and Humpback's a GRDA lake too, but since it's no motors, then it's not an issue.
I got one more question for you, Luke. How is it still daylight there and it's pitch black outside my window and we're not an hour apart? That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. I don't know. I got a little bit of sunlight behind me.
I got you. Good stuff, man. Thanks for calling in, dude.
Not a problem. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yes, sir.
Take care, bud.
And we got another one in the waiting room. You slide him in here real quick.
What do you got?
Matt Boyd.
Hey, what's going on? Can y'all hear me?
My man. Yes, sir. What do you got for us tonight, man? Thanks for clicking in.
Hey, appreciate y'all for having me on.
Yeah.
And I've been really looking at your Facebook group. Really love the community in there. I can say y'all are doing a pretty good job. And kind of like seeing as kayak fishing becoming a national level size, people for stuff to do and everything else. Sorry if I can't talk.
No, you're good, man.
It's just a long day of work. But, like with KBF and everything else, I've kind of noticed not a lot of the extra tournaments are coming back to Arkansas. I mean, I might be wrong. There might be a few extra tournaments going into it. I'm hoping we can finally see one like in the north central Arkansas region, like Bull Shoals. You know,
Heck
that's
yeah, man.
kind of my neck of the country. 3 different types of fish, largemouth, smallmouth, and spotted bass will come into play. You know, like Cumberland or, you know, some of those lakes over in Tennessee and Kentucky are really nice. But I wouldn't mind just kind of highlighting to other states. You know what I mean?
I know that Jay Wallen would pass out if they brought one to Cumberland.
Oh, yeah.
He's been pushing for that so long, man.
It would be a killer tournament to watch for Cumberland for sure.
But one of the things, and this is something that's you know came up in the discussion about having one on Cumberland, is you have to have a host city. You know, you have to have a venue.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have, you know, hotels or some kind of lodging options for anglers.
Right.
So that's something to keep in mind when people are like, hey, why don't you have a tournament here? There's a lot of different moving pieces that go into that part of things. Like even Watts Bar, you know, they had to do that basically out of Knoxville to have the resources to run that
Right.
tournament. So there's not a whole lot of options in the Watts Bar area itself. So I have heard Bull Shoals thrown around quite a bit. I think, Jeff, you were talking about it at dinner a couple weeks ago. Is that would be a prime fishery? I'd like to see it because it's got smallmouth in it. So.
Matt, are you in Mountain Home? Where you at, Matt?
I'm actually living in Cherokee Village. I'm actually in a smaller community. We got 7 lakes to choose from around here.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to drive almost an hour and a half and just leave all these lakes that we live by and not fish them.
Yeah.
But, sorry, continue.
No, I'll tell you this, man. Bull Shoals is, to me, the best lake in Arkansas. And I don't
no
want to
doubt.
overstep, but I think it was pretty dang close to there being a tournament there this year on the national level. It just came down to chamber money and scheduling and that kind of thing, but it could show up. It could show up because it's a great lake. It's a huge lake. It's got all the species, like you said. So it's a fishing town. Mountain Home's a fishing town.
Bull Shoals and Flippin is such a great community, especially, you know, since a lot of the boat manufacturers are there as well, like bass boats and everything else. And, I mean, there's a good possibility we could see, like, a national championship like they have back on Ouachita. I think it was 2018, I believe. And
the TSC was out there. That was the first TSC was Ouachita.
Yeah.
Right. And I believe, was it Eric Jackson that won it?
That was that FLW thing.
That was definitely
not that was Clint Henderson, man. Clint Henderson.
Oh, was it really?
He came in clutch.
Clint Henderson, yeah. Clint just kind of rode off into the sunset after that. He said, you know what?
Right.
I got this FLW under my belt. I'm out. And that was the only FLW. They threw in the towel after that.
He'll be in the history books. He's the FLW champ of kayak fishing forever.
Yep, the only one.
Now he just makes a living making funny posts on KBN here and there. That's what he does.
He's chasing his boy. His boys are fishing a lot of high school stuff now. So I think Clint's staying pretty busy doing that.
Awesome stuff, Matt. Thanks for calling in, man.
Hey, I appreciate for y'all having me on. I appreciate it, and hopefully I get some more kayaking fishing soon because I got a tournament coming up on one of our smaller rivers. So fingers crossed we can get the dub.
Heck yeah, you're not that far from me, dude. So if you're over this way, hit me up. We'll go fishing over here.
Sure will. All right. Y'all have a good evening now.
Yes, sir.
Sounds good. Take it easy.
All right. So we started off slow with the call-ins, Ryan, and it's coming hot and heavy now. We got people in the waiting room.
There we go.
We got this guy. I don't know if you know who this guy is. Steve O is in the house.
Oh, get him out of here.
Yeah.
He couldn't let you go to Florida without talking to you, Ryan.
We only talk about 3 times a day anyway, so it's good that he came on tonight.
Yeah, I didn't get to catch up with him today, so I figured I'd get my daily dose.
What's going on, buddy?
No, trying to find volume on his dang old MacBook here. So, yeah, I got you. I just made my monthly run down to the dugout to get stuff from the Chattanooga boys. I just, I like this kind of format, so I'll catch up and see what's going on.
Yeah, man, we weren't sure how this was going to go, but like I said, it started slow, and we're getting some people in here, so we're glad you joined us.
Well, yeah, me too, man. I appreciate all y'all. I enjoy this. So.
Yeah, fun stuff. Stuff coming in the comments. Chris Mark said something, and Steve, you can comment on this because you're a big-time tournament director. He said a lot of the bigger trails overpromised and left bad taste in chamber groups for other large groups. There's some truth to that, isn't there?
Yeah.
It is, but I think that goes back to several years ago. Ryan and I ran into it when we first got TVKA, tried to push it to the next step, and we were getting familiar with, let's just be specific because it's Chris, Scottsboro and Gunnersville and those areas, and there had been some other stuff with, the other two existing at the time. And some of the overpromising was out of good nature. You hope that the turnout happens, and it's because some of it's hot. We all have to, for men, we whatever the word is, we oversell sometimes, so that you can get the stuff. So that's what this is probably the stem of. But he's exactly right. But something that's always been kind of concerning is Alabama has a pretty strong grassroots trail system, but don't see them really stepping in and putting numbers in the national events, and I don't get it because every one of them has a pretty good payout system. Even one is geared more towards the high 90s. One, and that's because they put money back for championships and stuff. Bass obviously takes 20%. That's their standard market procedure. KBF pays differently now. So, I mean, it comes a point in time where you just got to show up and just support these things, regardless of the few details that you may disagree with. Like Ryan mentioned for the Watts Bar, and I think you guys mentioned, everybody likes to have the Cali pick around. And that's the truth of that matter out there. They support a certain sect of it, and then they don't. And then, all kinds of stuff happens. And that whole California deal a year or so ago was just a scheduling thing that, it's a learning process for everybody.
Well, back to the California deal, I don't know that it was necessarily a scheduling thing. I know the scheduling thing took the blame for it. But as soon as that deal was announced that it was going to be in California, James Snyder just went and was just shooting holes in it right out the gate because he felt like he, owns California kayak fishing and wasn't consulted on. And that's, as a local tournament director, that is not how you act when a big event is coming to your area. And you know that more than anybody, Steve.
Yeah, you're 100% right. I just want to throw that out there, but you're 100% right there with that case because when we were doing this year's bass schedule before it got changed and everything, we talked about Texas, and I reached out to Cats, because I knew Hobie was trying to get something in Texas. I knew KBF had, Trinity and all of that coming. So, we looked at the next best option to keep something in that area because the support that Texas gives, they deserve one a month and they can get it. They show up and they're proving to. But like what you said, that's what we did because of the Cali. I chose, Sanderson and them are good people. Talked to Malone, and we all got with them and had pretty good support system because that's what you have to do. Especially, I know it's past, but it's still year one, and there's a lot of learning stuff because there's people that just don't know what's up, and they're learning it the hard way. But and then you're right, it's the same way with Hobie. Good and well, AJ looks at that kind of stuff, and Chad does too. So yeah, that's we'll get off the Cali thing. That's exactly it. Me, I just did that.
Yeah. We're glad you called in, man.
Yeah.
Always good to see your smiling face.
Yeah. We just want to really get a plug in, and just thank everybody for what you've done, support-wise for Dugout. We get tons of phone calls. We got some new options coming soon that'll help get it out a little bit better and a little bit more efficiently, and just plug the grassroots stuff like we got going on. Georgia, we got Peach State and Real Crazy in them. Their numbers are going really well. Ours in Tennessee, even though we've got 10 clubs, still every single club's ticking up. There's just, we've reached kind of a little calm, it seems like, over the interwebs, but kayak fishing is still growing, especially on the grassroots. We've got more and more people. We got clubs that were averaging 15 to 17 for 4 or 5 years are now getting 30, on a cold, rainy Saturday. So it's growing exponentially. It's really shocking me. And Alabama, as I mentioned, always has a good grassroots. So
Yeah, I don't know if you saw Cruz's comment I threw on the screen a little bit ago. But that's what he said. A lot of people are pulling back to the local groups, and the local groups are just getting new people too. It's just growing and growing and growing. So.
Well, and for myself,
we seem to
as well,
have a fresh group of faces every year. It feels like, you know, we got guys coming in from out of the area that come fish with us.
Yeah, as my life changes, and I got these, you know, little granddaughters running around everywhere, my nephew and stuff. I don't have the time to be able to travel. I mean, it sucks. I mean, I stay pissed that I can't travel, but you know, I'm thankful for the other stuff I have in my life. But as that changes, I found myself, you know, like with our Bass Nation in our state, you know, we've got a lot of support. So that's what I kind of focused myself on, making sure, you know, that, you know, with me and Ryan and Daniel and AJ and Garrett, we get, you know, that broadcast out there to let people know their options. I find a lot of peace, and man, I enjoy it a lot more.
Yeah,
I can't wait till AJ starts fishing our local club with us. That's going to be.
Well, I'm trying to find some kind of way if we can get that hot chicken back in Dayton, and they do it. So,
you think that would do it for him?
Yeah. If you put hot chicken somewhere, he'll probably be there. He may bring Ben Baird too. You never know.
I would love to get Ben Baird in the club. We need some more donation money coming in.
Yeah. I just wanted to give y'all a little bit of support and holler in on this, and just enjoy, talking to the
I'll
community.
see you Saturday, Steve, if you want to. I'll meet you on Gunnersville. How about that?
Yeah. Well, hopefully this time you can do the awards because you're giving me first place. So.
There you go. There you go.
I feel like
all right. Okay.
They're saying first place is me, So
that'd be awesome.
I'll do it for you. I'll do it for you, Steve.
I appreciate that a lot. So hey, where's Katie down there behind the
Katie's behind the logo. And we got one more person in the waiting room. I know we're getting up against it because Ryan's got to go to dinner. So,
yeah.
We'll throw them in here.
I was gonna say Ryan can go to dinner. We can keep the conversation going.
Y'all can keep rolling.
That's true. We leave Steve-O in here as the third co-host.
There you go. Steve-O should hang out.
Yeah, I'm sitting here with this little fat dog. My wife's at work. So.
All right, I'm gonna bring in this other caller, and we'll get a big panel going. All right, hang on just a second, guys. All right, Mike Baird. Thanks for being patient and waiting on us, Mike.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. You look a little blurry, but we can hear you just fine, so that's good.
Internet's kind of rough out here. Yeah, I ain't going to take up too much of your time. I had a couple friends telling me to get on, and I'm just trying to get my name out there a little bit, to be honest with you.
Right.
What better way to do it than to be on the #1 kayak podcast,
You dang right.
But I'm fishing about most of the Hobie schedule, fishing the locals, fishing pretty aggressive, and I mean, here I am. I'll be the first one to tell you I haven't won a big event. I don't have any top fives yet or anything, but I'm working on it and just trying to get my name out, maybe get a little support going and just working hard. I just got back from Dardanelle and I'm at every single one. Broken Bow's the only one I think I'm going to miss this year. And yeah, just here I am. So feel free to check out my Tourney X stats, if major judges there.
Dropping the stats.
Yes, sir.
I was going to say, look at that.
Hey, you know how it is. There's some good ones. There's some bad ones on there. Everybody knows how it is. There's some good ones. There's some bad ones, though. You'll see both of that. But, man, I'm trying, and I figured I'd just drop in for a couple seconds. So,
Mike,
well, thanks for coming by, man.
If you're going to be a Rayburn, come see us. We got a little pack of Western Sun for you to get you through.
Yes. Oh, yes.
All right, yeah. I'll be at Hartwell, Rayburn, Champlain, trying to go to all of them. I'll see all you guys there.
Shindig, I think. We're going to have a pretty good little house in Hartwell.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, like I said, I don't want to take up too much time, but just trying to climb the ladder a little bit, and it's a who you know world. So,
let's go.
I am.
Now everybody knows Mike Baird.
Catch some fish, man. That's it. That's all you got to do in this world.
I'm working on it. Getting good at the locals. Still struggling at some of these new lakes, though. Dardanelle was tough on me. I just couldn't find the spots.
Somebody slid in and said you just won Cumberland, so you're creeping up on people.
Yeah, I've done pretty well at Cumberland. If AJ sticks a Hobie there, I might get a good one there. We'll have to see.
Calling a shot, man. AJ.
So we'll give it a try there.
All right, brother. Appreciate you, man.
All right, guys. I appreciate your time.
All right. That was cool. He was hilarious. All right. We got
All
a
right.
couple
Hey,
more.
I'm gonna jump off here. Uber's here. We're going to get some sushi. Y'all take it easy. Oh my gosh, Paul. I'm sorry I missed your news.
We got a
What a
shirtless
great
guy.
time to leave.
You're leaving in time for the shirtless guy. All right, Paul, what's up, man?
Man, look, I ain't nobody around here in the fishing world. I just started, but y'all been one of the folks that I hang on to, and every Tuesday and Thursday when I'm out working, I'm listening to the podcast. So,
Oh man, we appreciate that.
Yeah,
That's
man.
awesome.
But yeah, I mean, I don't have nothing important to say besides y'all rock, and I'm glad to be a part of it. And hopefully one day I'll be able to see y'all at a big tournament.
Heck yeah, man. If you do you have any on the schedule this year that's coming up for you or no?
No, I just really started kayak fishing here, and this past November I'm down here in North Carolina, and it's been a struggle in this area, especially Sharon Harris. But no, next year hopefully I'll get into some nationals. I'm cutting my teeth here on all the local stuff and fishing some of the KBF monthly things here. But yeah, next year hopefully get into the national scene a little bit more and enjoy it. You know, I've been fishing a long time, but I took about a 15-year hiatus between work and a bunch of other things. So trying to learn kayak fishing, but blending the bass fishing with the kayak world, it's a little bit different than being in a boat.
Yeah, for sure. We're glad you're part of it, man. We're glad you watch the show and have a good time with it. Keep you company at work.
Man, it's hard not to have a good time around y'all.
Yeah, you fishing Queen City or Carolina kayak anglers or anything like that up there?
Yeah, I'm in the Raleigh area, so I'm fishing the CKA, and then we got the Central Carolina Kayak Fishing CCKF. So I'm fishing those two.
Shoot, yeah, man, that's awesome. There's a lot of good competition in that. They fish some kick-ass lakes, man. I can't wait to get up there. Hopefully, 2023, I'll be back where I can hit the road some. So,
oh yeah, there's I mean, you know, we got the heavy hitters were just here, so you got Falls and Jordan and Harris. So those are the three big here in the Raleigh area. But then if you go out towards that CKA area in the Burlington, Greensboro, man, they got a lot of small lakes out there, but they have got some tanks in those lakes. And as far as anglers go, I mean, it's packed, man. I mean, if you go on and look at the CCKF monthly tournament, and there's the top three guys have over 100 inches in this area right now. So, it's some good fishing. And Sharon Harris is kind of my home lake, and I started fishing there in November. It's been rough. I mean, that's a lake that produces huge fish, and the only fish I caught up until a couple weeks ago was like 8 inches.
wow.
But, yeah,
we can't even get Robert Barnett to put 100 inches on Chickamauga right now. So y'all got it better than us, and we're on one of the better lakes in the country, they say. So
yeah, we got some good lakes around here, and it's a good time. We got some good sticks too. I mean, we got a lot of local guys, that I've connected with that aren't necessarily on the national scene that do a lot of good fishing here locally.
Good stuff, man. We're so glad you chimed in here on the live stream. We weren't sure how this was going to go tonight. And like I said, it started slow, and now we're gaining momentum. So,
well, yeah, if momentum is a guy in a damn Donald Duck hat,
you dang right it is.
Right.
Well, hey, kudos for you for not getting the nipples in that camera. I really appreciate it.
Oh,
guys.
Lambert's going to be sad in this out.
Sometimes it happens.
That's awesome, man.
Somewhere.
We
All right,
appreciate you.
Y'all have a good one. Thanks for having me on.
Yes, sir.
Have a good one, man.
All right, y'all doing good, Katie and Steve?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, keep going.
We got a couple more waiting.
I like it.
Oh, wait a minute. I got the wrong guy in there. Sorry, Ryan. Bob's been waiting. Bob.
What's up?
What's going on, my man? How you pronounce your last name?
Baylor. Bhler.
Bob Baylor. What can we answer for you tonight, man? Thanks for clicking in to the call.
Y'all coming up to La Crosse or what?
I'll be up there. That's one of my favorite places.
Yeah, I live like an hour from La Crosse, and I mean, there's not much for 20 inches, but you'll always catch fish, whether it be pike, dogfish, or I guess you guys call them mudfish or bowfin down there, or bass.
Yeah, I like La Crosse, man. I've never done really well in a tournament there. I've always caught some fish, and I just enjoy the area, so I'm coming back again.
Yeah, I never really fished a tournament out of La Crosse. This is like my first year trying the national stuff. I just fished a couple local tournaments here and there, but I'm trying this year to try to hit everything in La Crosse.
Yeah, good stuff, man. Well, good.
Yeah. So.
Well, good. Good stuff. And I'm glad you took the time to sit on here and call in. Glad you watched the show.
Yeah.
What else you got for us? Oh, he's gone. Appreciate you, Bob.
Okay, bye.
And there, now we got another Ryan. Ryan Van Time. What's up,
guys?
Oh, goodness.
How's it going?
Good. How you doing, buddy? What you got for us tonight?
Good.
You're
Somebody telling you not to say something stupid?
No, he's made it. This guy's made a name for himself in the group
already.
So let's
No,
see
so the only thing I want to say is I know that like sponsors like drive everything. They're like the backbone of how we do what we do. But I just want to. It doesn't get touched on often. But the guys out there that are watching, the ladies out there that are watching, they don't have like all the money to buy the best kayak, buy the best fish finder, buy this, buy that. Go out and have fun. Just go out and have fun. It'll come in time.
That's right. Take it too serious. It ruins the fun.
Yeah, sometimes it just gets too deep and you get tied up in things and you forget why you're really out there.
Yeah, that's what happened to me with golf. I took it too serious.
Just drink a couple more beers. It'll get better.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good stuff. That's a great message, man. And we appreciate you being one of the guys that mixes it up on the group page, make it fun. Some people don't get it. Some people don't get our group page, but it is.
Yeah, no.
It's a fun place.
We're all good people, man. Some people just take it too serious.
Yeah, we have a good time and get the good message across. David Cruz, anglers are the backbone of the sport. Straight up, David.
Yeah, to tie into what Ryan just said, whatever you've got, get out there in it, because like you all know, when you pull up and you see this fancy, this and that, and we did so much DIY the first, do it yourself the first year or two we fished, and we got new guys coming in, we're like, can't spend $100 on a busy carbon pole. And then I used a milk crate with a 3/4 inch PVC pipe with a LED flashlight with a water faucet spigot for 3 years. That was my safety line. And,
hell yes.
That's what everybody wants, We all do. We all love everything we do. We want it to be bigger and better and bold and take over the landscape, but we forget, like you just said, we do need to come back. You can still support all the big stuff, and we need to, because that's what elevates it to the next level for those who want it. And in the meantime, all the other stuff can be maintained, and safeguarded by the good guys and girls and stuff. So, what you said, encourage people no matter what they got, spend that time talking and talking to the guy that's got the 5-time hand-me-down kayak, give him the stuff that we've got piled up in the corners. We all do it all the time. And that's what makes us. I know all other sports do that to some extent, but we got it, really, really good in our sport, just as far as the camaraderie and stuff like that. And
I'll tell you this, Steve, people think you got to have a $12,000 rig with all the electronics and torpedoes and power poles. Drew Gregory just won the BOS-AOI paddling a $700 kayak. Dude just won Hobie BOS on Dardanelle the first time out in a bare bones Flint that he just got like a week before that, paddling it. So it doesn't take all that. Just get out on what you got and have fun and catch them.
Yeah. Don't sit in the chair and get intimidated and punked out, so to speak. You can't do that, man. It's we're not walking up, in Fenway or Yankee Stadium trying to hit Roger Clemens or somebody. Just show fish. That's the most, like you said, golf is a little more different, but fishing, you can take everything as far as ability and things like that, throw it out the window on any given day, and
awesome.
Everybody's a pretty even playing field.
Great message, and a great way to wrap the show up.
There you go.
Yeah,
wrap it up with a wholesome message.
Yeah, we got nobody else in the waiting room. It's been a fun night. I wasn't sure how this was going to go, to be honest. I didn't know if anybody would call in or not, but as it turned out, we gained.
I wanted Justin to jump in and call in, man. Is he?
I don't know. He was in the YouTube comments. He was in the YouTube comments for a minute, but he didn't call in. And I should have asked everybody that did call in if they were calling in from Facebook or YouTube, because we've started to kind of grow over there a little bit, even though the majority are still on Facebook. But wherever you watched or listened from, we appreciate it. And we really, really appreciate the folks that use us for screen time, listening on the audio podcast on iTunes or wherever else. So appreciate y'all too. But that was fun. What'd y'all think?
I think this is great. One a quarter at least.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah,
we'll do
really.
That was neat. It was intimidating, honestly. Like, I talk a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And it was
It's a
And it was
whole other
weird.
animal when that camera's looking at you.
I had 2
Yeah.
shots of
Yeah,
tequila
it is.
on my nerves, so yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, that was cool. That was
My
good. We'll
wife's
definitely do it
excited
again.
for Taylor to get that group going, though. I will tell you that. I think she talks more than I do.
Yeah, I hear her in the background there hollering. Hollering. But yeah, that was awesome. Thank all of you, Katie for jumping in, and Steve and helping host a little bit, and Ryan for calling in. Everybody else that called in, that was fun. I'm gonna wrap this thing up, go get something to eat, take a shower. It's been a long day myself, but I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll definitely do it again, and we'll be back with you next Monday with something new. See y'all.
Y'all have a good night. Thank you.